This was a Yamaha R1, and that was until this happened. And for the last 5 years, this bike has just been sat, abandoned. And I brought it with hopes of getting it back on the road. But along with all this damage, the bike doesn't even start. Waste of money. How hard can it be? Being honest, I think I've underestimated just how difficult this is gonna be. One of our parts packages has finally turned up. It's not a very exciting part, but it's one part. Welcome back, guys. That is one more part than we have right now. When I first brought this bike, I thought I was getting a deal, but maybe I still could be getting a deal. But at the moment, I don't even know if this engine works, and we still don't know if this frame is even straight. So now it's time to get this frame cleaned, get the swing arm cleaned, and let's get back to the shed and find out if this is even salvageable. Because if it isn't, then I guess this is the end of the build. I watched this earlier, and it's still so grubby. Obviously it's thick oil, so it's not going to come off straight away, but the plan now is I'm going to get these carbon bits off because they're damaged anyway, and I want to take it back to the bare swing arm and just touch up these areas that are you sort of scuffed and over time have worn down. Get this linkage out, check the bearings and everything. So that is the next job for now. Let's do that and then have a look if there is any damage or bends. I can't see anything. I don't think there is. I got to work taking the carbon fibre protection off the swing arm. I was going to leave it on, but it's pretty damaged anyway, and I want to make this build as good as I could possibly get it and bring the bike almost back to OEM. I was going to paint the swing arm myself, but then I thought to myself, for what it's worth, let's just get it powder coated and give it the best finish I can get it. With the frame, well, if it's straight, then I might get that done. If not, just touch up the bits that need doing. Man, it was a serious job. I mean, rightly so, it's got to stay on. And it doesn't want to be coming off at high speed, but this was completely stuck on. Last night, I attacked it with a wire brush to try and sort of get some of this glue off, and then realised, well, if I'm doing it, I might as well send it to get sandblasted. It's done, that's ready to be blasted. That's from the first video. If you watched the first video, I couldn't get this out, which is, I don't know the technical name for it, but when the engine's in, it gives it adjustment to keep the engine, well, straight, I guess. I'm still learning on the job, as you can tell. I've got to say thank you so much. I can't believe it, guys. 421 subscribers now. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and come on the journey with me to rebuilding crash bikes. Let's get back to it. I'm kind of making this up. Well, I am making it up, how I think I'm going to do it. I was going to take a measurement from these holes, so the centre of that hole and the centre of that hole, and mark a tape from, so hold the tape from the top of this centre mark down to this corner, and then the same from there to this corner. And I know that is most definitely not the way to straighten, to see if this frame is straight, but it's all I can think about doing for now without taking it somewhere with a jig. But I am pretty confident that this frame is not bent. There's not any even, I mean, there's obviously scratches and dinks, but there's nothing really that sort of stands. Right, bear with me, guys. I know this is probably not the right way, but it's the only way I could think about doing it. And I'm hoping, well, I think it's not bent. I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going to go with it and see what we get from our results. And then move on to the engine. I'm getting this corner of the tape on the very center of my mark down to the very center of the mark that I put on the bottom of the frame. 600, that is a meter. No, I'm joking, it's 600. Yes, that means the frame's straight. Well, I hope so, guys, anyway. No, seriously, I'm pretty sure it's fine. Now it's time to move on to the engine. There's a lot of electrics that I need to sort out. I need to find out what's missing, what we have and what we don't have. And also start stripping the engine down to get cleaned. Like I said, I want to get this bike back to OEM standard. I want to get it as clean as I possibly can get it and get the best bits for the cheapest price. Right, so we know the... Oh, let me tilt that up a bit. So we know the electrics turns on because we saw in the first video. If you haven't seen the first video, I will put the link in my comments. So go and check it out. So if you haven't seen in the first video, we managed to get some power to this and the dash turned on, which is here. So that is a good thing because there's no brakes. Well, not that I know of anyway. In the wiring, obviously you can't start the bike yet, but this is the ECU. I'm just going to plug it back in so I don't lose it. Jesus. Right, next job is just to get all of this off, neaten all of this up, and now we want to get all this wiring off, all these broken bits off the wiring loom, tidy everything up, and start stripping it down to the bare engine, get all the hoses off, so we can give the engine a good clean and just see what we're dealing with, and then eventually try and get this engine turned over. We've got the throttle bodies off, they are off, and I've just put some tissue in there to stop any crud going in there. This is really cruddy. There's so much dirt and grime in here, so like I said, it probably hasn't come apart since new. But the throttle bodies are over there, frame's there, back wheel's holding the engine up. We're going to get these last few bits off, and then we're going to give the engine a really good clean and then start taking a look at some parts. I'm just going through eBay now to have a look and see what we need. So to give you guys some context, a 2006, a nice clean one, is selling for around about £3,000 to £5,000 for a really good one. I got this bike at a good price, well, half a bike anyway. But what I don't want to do is buy all the parts I need for the bike and then just be massively out of pocket when I could have got a brand new bike. So now I've got to go on the hunt to find the cheapest parts I can possibly find. And to be honest, I'm not off to a good start because I've just had a look on eBay now and a set of front forks is £450. Well, £450. Subframe, £170. The cheapest one I found was £150. Rear sets, cheapest set I found were £120. Cheapest rear sets I found were £70, but they're standard ones. And to be honest, the standard ones are okay, but you want better ones really for track use. And as you can see, the price of parts are stacking up. So I need to come up with a plan to get cheaper parts. And what that plan is, I do not know right now. I'm hoping you guys can help me. All I know is I want to own a superbike. Everyone was telling me, do not buy this bike. You won't be able to fix it. it could be broken, the engine could be seized, it's just going to sit in your shed and rot. I want to prove those guys wrong, because I know I can fix this bike, and I want to own a Superbike.